What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of Software Sunday. And today we are going to talk about how you can create a student login page on Coach Marketing Hub, all right? So once you start hosting your courses, you want people to be able to log in and to access the content, all right? So let's get this party started. For this, I'm going to share my screen real quick. And as always, those videos are going to be really short because I actually want you to implement as much as possible, as fast as possible, step by step, all right? So if you log into your Coach Marketing Hub dashboard, this is your dashboard, or actually, let me start from the beginning. If you are a client already, let me know in the comments below if you have already done this, say done. And if you are someone who's not a client yet, let me know in the comments below course, comment course below, and I will hook you up with a 2 weeks free trial and you can test it all out, okay? If you're new to Coach Marketing Hub, scroll back to the episode 1. There's like a one welcome video under the guide section, which says Software Sunday. And you can watch the replays of last week's, which explains a bit more about what Coach Marketing Hub does, all right? So now in this video, we are going to connect a C domain. We are going to connect a Cname because we want to still use the same root domain like we discussed last week, right? But a subdomain, okay? So we just want to create like another additional mini domain under our root domain. For this, we just head over to settings and then we look for domains over here on the left. And then remember last week we did scaleyourprograms.com. We connected this with Namecheap, right? So that's the root domain, okay? Now we want to create a Cname. All we got to do is add new domain and think about what do we want to do, okay? So the root domain will stay the same. For example, scale your courses could be, scale your programs could be obviously something to do with, we are all coaches, right? So we want to have like a courses Cname subdomain so people can access our stuff connected to our root domain. So mine, I choose courses.scaleyourprograms.com, if that makes sense. Now, last week we created a record, which we're not going to do now because we're going to create a Cname, remember? Cname here, record pointing to flashfunnels.sm, this one, right? I copy the pink bit, I copy it for courses in domain. Cool. I go over to my domain provider. Remember, you can have any domain provider, that's fine. They're all quite similar. All you got to do is you go log in. I use Namecheap, can highly recommend it because it's really easy to navigate. I find the domain, which is this one here. I go onto manage. And then I go onto advanced DNS. Same scenario as last week, right? And we want to find our record. So we want to add a new record, which is the Cname record here. Remember, why are we selecting this? Because it's a subdomain and all the subdomains are called Cname records. Select this, and also the system just tells you this anyway. It says Cname right here, see? So all you got to do is in your GoDaddy, in your Crazy Domains, in your wherever else you may have bought the domain, it's exactly the same one, okay? And then under target, you paste the value which you copied here, this one, right? You copied that one, you paste it under value, and under host, you say courses, because that's the bit which is before our main root domain. All you got to do is hit save. That's it. And now again, back to this. As I already mentioned last week, propagating a DNS like this can take up to 24 to 48 hours. Usually in my experience, it goes straight away. But if it doesn't work right now, then that's why, because the data, the DNS needs to be sent to all the different servers around the world. So people from China, from America, from Australia, from Europe can all access your courses login page, if that makes sense, okay? So now we hit add. Yeah, couldn't find the Cname because it hasn't propagated right now. So that takes some time. But if you do this and you do it again in a few days or something, let's also try www, not in a few days, in a few hours, and it will definitely work. Yeah, it's definitely that. And you will have then the ability to connect your subdomain, which is this one, to your course page, which I will show you now as well how to do that, so that you can have that login page, right? So let's pretend that worked, right? It worked. We don't even need to pretend. This is so awesome. So now we don't want to select any funnel or anything like that, because remember, it's going to be the login page for the courses, okay? So now we want to go back here and we go to sites. And then we go to memberships. We go to settings in memberships. So memberships is courses, right? It's just our term for courses. And then you're going to hit custom domains. And then, I can't change it right now because that will then change my login. So as you can see, I have coaching.tinadam.com. Usually you would just paste the URL, which I just copied like this, right? Courses.scaleyourprograms. You would hit save, and then it would create that login page. So now, since I already have this, I don't need to do it, but I still want to show you how it looks like. So if I copy this, right, and I open this in a new tab, that's how your login page will just look like. So you can send this to your students, or in your emails, or wherever people have the option to log in. And that's it. Very, very simple. All right. So yeah, that was it for Software Sunday today. Really short and brief as always. And yeah, today you've learned how to create a CNAME. Last week you learned how to connect your root domain. And next week we will learn something else. If you want to try it out, if you want to try out our all-in-one platform, which replaces Kajabi, Thinkific, ClickFunnels, WordPress, any kind of hosting like SiteGround, any kind of email marketing system like ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, or ConvertKit, any kind of calendar system like Calendly or Acuity, and so on and so on and so on, please let me know in the chat below. Type course, and I will hook you up with a 2 months free trial, 2 weeks free trial for Coach Marketing Hub. You can test it out for free, see if it's for you, if you can save some money, if you can have less tech overwhelm because you have everything under one roof. And I will see you next week. Just type course in the chat below and I'll reach out to you. Thank you so much.